Hey, hey, family. It's your favorite auntie, and I got something good I want to talk to you all about on today. So, I'm going to need you all to hurry up and grab them cups. I hope that water is cold, that coffee is hot, and that tea is oh so sweet. But with this weather that we have been having, grab you some hot chocolate. I don't know who is out here drinking cold water because it's been cold. But that ain't what we talking about today, y'all. So come on over to this table with your cup and blanket and let's cozy up and get started, okay? So I heard that there was a teacher shortage all over the United States, but it's been big in Texas. I wonder why. Well, you guys, Auntie got a story for you. If you go into your search engines and look up DeSoto, Texas teacher attacked, there is a video going around of a student throwing a chair at a substitute teacher. Mhm. That chair grazes across, but not really graze because the leg of it hit the teacher in the head and he's bleeding. And yeah, the teacher is trying to defend himself from the chair, but still gets hit. And then he tosses a chair back. And you guys, it is a big to do. Look up DeSoto, Desoto ISD or DeSoto teacher being attacked. This was a substitute teacher, you all. And I was just shook when I saw this video because Auntie used to sub. Now, I was told, oh, it's so much easier to sub in the high schools and the middle schools because you really don't have to do much. But I know kids and I know teenagers. And I tried it. Yeah, I tried it. And I was going to the schools that was mixed with everybody. So I was trying to make it easier for me. But I decided myself that no, because the way that my mind is set up and the way that I know children and how I handle children of a certain age, yeah, I, child, I'd have hurt somebody's child because of the way some of these children have been raised and what they do at home. But before I go into all of that, let me tell y'all about this here. If you pull it up and you watch the video, the kids are videotaping this and there's laughing in the background, and it looks to me that this is an older man, probably retired, but he took on substituting to help him maybe pay some bills, or his money is not enough to take care of what he needs to take care of for his life, but he looks like he could maybe be a retired teacher or somebody retired. So this man is probably old enough to be a grandfather to these teenagers that's in this room laughing at him and to the boy. And yeah, it's one of us. Uh-huh. DeSoto High School. I've never been to DeSoto. I don't know um who all lives in DeSoto. I don't know. And I'm not going to find out. Okay. But you guys, the chair was one of those hard plastic ones with the metal legs. Mm-hmm. And for this child to throw this chair at this, what had to happen for you to do this? First of all, where your mama at? Where your daddy at? Who raised you to be throwing a chair at an adult? What is the when I first heard this, y'all, I was like, okay. What's the context beforehand? Okay, I don't see anywhere in this video that the teacher was going to attack the student. Okay, So if anybody is going to defend the student and say that, well, maybe the teacher was getting ready to attack him, so he threw the chair. It looks like the class was really out of control. And this teacher was possibly going to put these students out because they were out of control. But then you got some students that's standing around, that's watching, and got the arms folded. But then you got those that's by this camera saying, man, this ain't funny. This ain't funny. This ain't even funny. Then you have a student, looks like towards the end, that is pushing the student that threw the chair out of the room. Now, you do have some children that have been raised right. And yeah, on some of these posts, you was, wait, maybe they were raised right, but you don't know what kids do when they get outside the home. Excuse me? If you raise your children correctly and basically put the fear of God in them. I know y'all gonna say, oh, that's child abuse. That's child abuse. I'm here. My kids here. I know a lot of folks that was raised right along with me, family members. We all here. We're all doing good, and we've all raised our children appropriately to know that when you step outside of this house from under my watch, you better control yourself. Because if I have to come anywhere up to a school to see about you doing something that I know that I've raised you not to do, we gonna have a problem. And this right here shows the lack of upbringing, raising, and control. And I know you're trying to, why you gotta have control? Whether it's your child, you feeding your child, you raising your child, you putting the roof over your child's head, you giving food in their belly, you putting clothes on their back, you doing all of this stuff for a child that you birth. Yeah, control. I'm going to control you until you learn how to control yourself outside of my watch. That's just how I feel about it. If you all feel other way about it, you know what? That's on you. Because we didn't have these kind of issues when I was coming up. I was scared to even look at the teacher wrong. Yeah. Now, when you all go and look at that video, you know, you can email me and let's talk about it. What do you feel happened? Because I know from a substitute point of view, I chose to go to the smaller kids. I really like the babies because I went to some middle schools. I did high school one time. It wasn't bad because, you know, they're high schoolers, but, and then this was in one of those good areas, where they didn't do that. They didn't act out of sort because they had control over their students. Okay. But yeah, I did a middle school and, um, okay, let's see. It was only two strikes and then I was done. I think really. And I was liking this middle school. Really, I was, and it was in Mansfield, Texas, okay? And you guys know it's nice out there, right? So the first strike was I was substituting this class, and also it had two teachers in the class. I was one of the sub, and then there was another teacher, okay? So I had to walk the kids to another class when bell ring or something like that, and go make sure of something and come back. So I left my things, not my purse, but I left like my jacket or sweater or something in the room. And I come back to sit in the room and wait for the next class. Another teacher is in there, and I'm looking around, and I'm like, well, where's my I look over, and I was like, this little girl who was pretending that she was so sick had got my sweater and laid on the floor on my sweater. I was like, oh, mm. Right then and there, I wanted to say, look, girl, where your mom at? Cause you on my sweater. She finna go buy me. You know, I was real. Yeah, I said finna. She finna go buy me another sweater. Cause you don't put my sweater on the floor. Where's your sweater? Where's your jacket? And the other teacher was like, yeah, she's not feeling good. That's not my issue. Not my problem. That's my sweater that she left. So that was strike one. Okay, second strike. I believe it was the same school. It might have been a different one. I don't remember too much, but it might. Anyway, moving on. So I'm subbing for this class, and Auntie BB's, she ain't skinny. I'm a full size, full figure, everything. So I'm gonna say this was a second, and there was a third. Okay, so I'm walking. I'm giving the kids their lessons, and I'm telling them to put their phones up. One girl said, "I could keep my phone if I want to." She wasn't my color. Mm-mm. So I was like, no, you're supposed to put your phone away. And I'm going to keep my phone. I said, you know what? I'm not going to argue with you. So I'm still walking around. And one of the little girls, they was key. These were my color. Uh-huh. And they was key. And they said, Miss Brown, are you pregnant? You know, I was. Oh, I almost want to say something to the little girl, but I didn't. I controlled myself. I said, no, I'm fat. Now, is that a problem? She said, oh, excuse me. I said, yeah, you excuse. The next thing was a child that was not my color, was not brown, was not black. Yeah. Came into the class and was just cutting up. Class clown, jumping on the tables, on the desk, putting his feet up, yelling out. And I was like, look, come on, stop all that. He will repeat everything I said, started cussing. I'm not going to be here. I said, come, well, you can leave. Well, I'm going to leave. Then had the class in an uproar. And I was like, please leave. hmm And he cut up until like 3 minutes before the bell rang. And then he decided to leave. Yeah, it disrupted the class. And that was my number three. I was like, oh no, I cannot do middle school again. Mm-mm. So then after that, still subbing, but then an opportunity opened up where I could start doing preschool. And I taught preschool for 4 years and I loved it. I love the babies. Them other kids, these folks ain't raising their kids right these days. That's all I got to say. Y'all, I'm not trying to get in your home and tell you what to do, but don't let your child come across me. Not Auntie BB. Mm-mm. Uh-uh. That is the reason that there's a teacher shortage out there. It's because there's no support for teachers, plus the pay is low, and then the parents. You guys are just sending the kids to school. You're tired of them your own self because you didn't do what you were supposed to do when they were young. It starts in the womb, first of all. And then people are just, you know what? It's a tiring subject. You keep having the babies, or you're in a situation and you just don't care anymore. So to get them out of the house, people, you can say all kinds of stuff. You don't have the willpower to raise your own child. It could be a number of things that is going on in America when it comes to the youth of today. But you guys, if we as adults do not grab a hold, take it back to the old school and grab a hold, I blame the people, the higher ups, for taking control out of the parents' hands. Yes, I blame them. I'm not going to say names, but you guys know who I'm talking about. We need control back over our youth, or they are just lost. And there will not be any teachers anymore. Because I love teaching the little ones, but because of COVID, we can't anymore. Different things happen. Um, it's just too much, guys. It's so much that it's tiring to continue to talk about it. But that's all I have for this first half of the show. And I want you guys to make sure you're going to Desoto ISD Teacher Attacked. Okay? And let me know what y'all think about it at KENJA at KCLPFuse.com. And I'll be back.